Good evening. Happy award season. Welcome to the Super Bowl LVII Coin Toss pregame show. Let me ask you a question. Are the Kansas City Chiefs the team of the decade? Who do you think is the regular season MVP? Patrick Mahomes or Brandon Graham? Those answers we will have to wait to answer. But is there a chance that the Fox O's and O's could buy Bally Sportsnet? Will Fox trade Detroit, Atlanta, and Phoenix to get Kansas City and St. Louis? Those questions will have to be answered as time goes by. But did you also know that most Super Bowl leadouts are parts ones of two-parters? Even the 89 TV movie, the highest rated TV movie of that year, Brotherhood of the Rose, was a two-parter. And when will a Super Bowl leadout program be the local newscast, or, in Kansas City's case, a special expanded edition of a sportscast? Those are the questions will be answered. And yes, State of the City Monday comes the day after the Super Bowl this year. Well, enough about all that. In the past decade, we saw two events. One event that was synonymous with award season, the Super Bowl, have its golden anniversary. In the next decade, we'll have the Oscar Centennial and the 75th anniversary of Miss Universe. But right now, of course, let's talk about the impact on COVID-19 on television viewership, especially the Super Bowl. It looks like viewership for the Super Bowl will never be as high as it was back when, say, New Orleans or Saved by the Butler took place. And, in fact, during the pregame ceremonies, they're going to pay tribute. They will be paying tribute in the pregame entertainment to all the people who died during the pandemic, either of COVID-19 or in the name of racial or religious inequality. D. Expect ratings to be flatlined, barely meeting last year's numbers. Sorry, I had to go off topic when I talked about ratings, but also being paid tribute will be the late and great Pat Tillman. 4 Tillman scholars will be flipping the coin during the Super Bowl pregame ceremony to end the introduction of the starting lineup. And yes, they updated George Washington's head. There it is right there. Sally Ride, the first female astronaut, represents tails. And speaking of which, there will be an all-girl missing man, or should I say missing woman formation at the end of the national anthem to honor those who died of COVID-19 and also every female pilot who died serving our country. Now that all's said and done, let's go to the coin toss.
Mrs. Tillman, please hand me the coin. Philadelphia is the visiting team. Mr. Graham, please call the toss. Heads. All right, Miss Park, please flip the coin. It is heads. Will you receive or defer? Will receive. Kansas City will kick off.
I hope you enjoyed this reenactment of our coin toss. You know, every event of award season, the Super Bowl, Miss Universe, the Golden Globes, the Grammys, and of course the Oscars were all born in Los Angeles, where the Super Bowl was last year. This year the Grammys came back to Los Angeles after a virtual ceremony 2 years ago and a visit to Las Vegas last year. In fact, Las Vegas will be the venue of Super Bowl LVII next year. More on that soon. don't be surprised if the Super Bowl, if there are messages at each end zone showing support for the Ukraine. Right now, there is a war in the Ukraine going on right now. And yes, there have been well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next year for the Super Bowl LVII Coin Toss Pregame Show. And don't be surprised, of course, if this is the last time in a sporting event that Lift Every Voice and Sing will be sung, since it was the anthem of the pandemic. Let's keep recovering from the pandemic that hurt us in the first 2 years of this decade. Good night, America.